Early on Sunday morning, and officers are gathering at Whakatane station for Operation Therese, a cannabis recovery operation in the Bay of Plenty.
Welcome to the new guys, Peter and Dennis and Jamie, thanks for coming down. This is Operation Therese. We'll be covering the area.
Detective Sergeant Ross Everest has brought together officers from all over the Bay of Plenty for the operation. And for the next 3 days, they'll be following a fixed-wing spotter plane around the region.
So the fixed wing will be locating cannabis plots in areas that we can access on foot. If we get an armed offender situation, which is quite possible at this time of the year with the harvesting, we will then take up a containment role and AOS will be employed. Safety, be aware of the man traps, cyanide and other pitfalls that we've experienced over the past seasons. I have a nail board in the back of the truck that we got 3 weeks ago on a forestry track at the bottom of Ometeroa. There was two, I grabbed one, deliberately put there for our benefit.
Safety is only one of the problems facing the recovery teams. This is going to be 3 days of hard physical work.
He's working this way, Terry. Braemar. So we'll head that way. You see my dust cloud coming under the pines there, coming out into the open shortly.
A police observer in the plane locates the cannabis plantations and guides the teams to the nearest access point.
Always wear that so he can see you when you're on foot.
The spotter plane can cover huge distances, keeping several ground teams in work at the same time. But what looks like a short distance from the air can turn into a long battle on the ground. And when there's blackberry bushes everywhere, it's really hard going.
Went probably 20 metres, 30 metres.
Actually, where you are there, Andy, it's straight in from there.
From here?
Yeah, straight in, but there's no track.
Eventually the team cut their way through to the first plantations, where the plants are almost ready for harvest.
Come on, Terry, hurry up. Doesn't like going around corners, does it?
No, almost there.
This is the back-breaking part of the job. The cannabis has to be bundled together and carried out on foot to the nearest road.
That's when we thought we were the only two carrying it out.
Yeah, right. We're just heading up around the bottom of the mountain now your way.
There's no time to rest. Just as they're loading up their haul, a call comes in from the spotter plane. A car's been seen leaving a cannabis plantation and the suspect vehicle's been tracked to the highway.
Now he's at Edgecombe to head your way and assist.
Roger. Yep. Shave has the vehicle now. He has it stopped.
Oh, roger, mate. Yeah, KUE, did you copy? He dealt with Black West that stopped at Manata.
Where is he? 6-3. Would he have stopped? Okay. Right at the substation. T12, right? 6-3, stop. Okay, T3, we need you...
What a bonus, eh?
The spotter plane had flown over several cannabis plots and marked their position. A little while later, they'd flown over the same area. The cannabis had disappeared and a cloud of dust in the forest had alerted them to the escaping growers.
What they've done is probably just pick the cut the heads off, being in a hurry, and they've just left most of the plants in the ground.
With nobody to spare from the recovery operation, it was decided to let one of the growers drive back to the Whakatane station, closely followed by Constable Aaron Duggan. The two brothers were convicted for possession of cannabis and sentenced to 4 months periodic detention. Almost immediately, the plane is in the air again. More growers have been spotted in the nearby hills, and police are trying to trap them in the bush.
Just checking out a side track on the left-hand side as we face southwest. Turn right, HQ, go around the vehicle. Round, go around. 6-3, team 1, 10 please. 6-3 to the pines, to the right there.
Dog handler Jamie Keenleyside and his dog Max are sent in to track the growers down.
We've got a track here that Milty's made for us.
A few minutes later, Max has caught the two growers trying to run from the forest.
What's down in him?
Have you touched him, Andy?
No.
If you run, brother, we'll put the dog on you. That's as simple as that, eh?
Having been bitten once by Max, the suspect isn't about to give him another chance.
Anyone on your arm too?
What we'll do is we'll get you out of here and we'll get you back to Whakatane and we'll get a doctor for you. Whakatane from WKCS. Roger, could you put the iCar to head out to Tahuna Road? We need a bit of assistance up here.
All round the camp, huge cannabis plants are nearing their peak. This is easily the biggest haul of the day.
Looking at better, mate. Better stuff.
You've been cautioned, given the Bill of Rights. You're both going to get charged with cultivating, you know that, eh? It's pretty bloody hard to deny it, isn't it? You're caught with your pants down, so to speak. You might as well bloody tell the truth.
The two growers would later be convicted for cultivation of cannabis and sentenced to 2 months periodic detention. For the Operation Therese team, it's the end of a successful and exhausting day. Tomorrow they'll be back in the hills again, and they'll be tackling some of the most difficult country they've had to face. On the second day of Operation Therese, Constable Steve Smith briefs the cannabis recovery teams on massive plants he's spotted growing in maize fields.
So that's right opposite. There's a canal. Okay, so I mean the sock is behind here. It's just straight over there. Straight over there.
It's just up here. So he's drawn a map and told the guys how many rows to walk in and what the pattern is, and they'll just go in and follow it.
Using maize fields to disguise cannabis plants has become common around Whakatane. The plants all go in at the same time, and the growers can harvest the cannabis before the maize is gathered.
It's the only thing you can see up there when you're walking head high through the maze. You wave a bloody fert sack.
Blue, go left. BHQ, walk down the little creek, another road.
Right, yep. Good hit on that, eh? That's a male. See the male?
But there aren't many males. Most of these plants are top quality females.
Yeah, that's a very good head. It's well developed and it's seedless head too, so it's top quality. Quite sticky. Stickiness is the THC, the chemical in it that does the damage.
The next cannabis plantation isn't hard to find. The plants have done so well that they're clearly visible above the surrounding maize.
See the head through the maze there? Bloody good plant too, isn't it?
The plants are so big that Ross Everest has to call in help to get them out.
The next one behind you. These are like trees, mate.
The maize field is dotted with dozens of very large and very valuable plants, and it takes the team more than 2 hours to get them as far as the nearest vehicle. Down the road, another cultivator has been caught in a large plot of cannabis.
Cultivating 70 plants, all right? 70 plus the 4 there. Ooh, mate. Gel time.
The count against the grower continues to grow.
What's that total, Terry?
It was 84, I think, all told.
84 all told, plus what we got, and I got to go inside.
The next plantation is buried deep in the bush, but the way in's protected against intruders. The leading searcher, Russell Orr, discovered the trap as he picked his way along the path.
The first one is in the pit, so if you don't look where you're going, you put your foot straight through, and these go straight through your foot. That's classic. You've got a well-worn track leading to a clear cultivation. The classic scenario for a man trap.
The growers may be protecting their massive plants, but the risk's pretty big. You can get 7 years jail for setting a man trap. Tomorrow, for the final day of Operation Therese, the team are hoping to be joined by a helicopter able to destroy the plants without taking them out. But for the moment, the only thing to do is to carry it all away. The next day, plans for the helicopter fall through, and the team are facing some of the toughest country of the operation. And the day starts badly. The first plantation they reach has been picked overnight.
Someone's already got a crop off these. It's all been picked up. It's had all the head cut off it. There's still a little wee bit of rubbish head left on it, so obviously they're just going to leave that for another couple of weeks to see what else they can get out of it.
The terrain the team's now covering is deep in the back blocks, a long way from Whakatane.
Come over the fence and follow you up, do we? What's it going like, Dennis?
I'll do it. Just wash it down a bit.
With blackberry bushes everywhere, it's a constant battle to get in and to get out. And recent rain has turned some fields into swamps.
That's going to be tricky. I'll give it a go, mate, but it looks a bit soft.
Always got trailer handy.
Yeah, okay, mate.
Good for the trailer.
I'm going to get wet feet.
After 3 days of carrying cannabis plants, it's not just fatigue that's getting to the team.
Oh, bloody dust and pollen.
But the operation goes on. The plantations get harder and harder to gain access to, but the team struggles in and carries away what they can find. Eventually, the police observer in the plane calls it a day.
Yeah, mate.
That's just about us, fuel-wise and day-wise.
Yeah, no, that's excellent, thanks, mate. When you get back, do you want to call into the station to the top floor?
I probably will. Roger.
As the teams pack their last loads onto the trailers, Ross Everest is telling up the success of Operation Therese.
The total is 1,964 plants for the 3 days, which is damn good considering it's all fixed wing and, by the looks of the wall wounds, hard work. They've been long, hot days, but thanks very much, fellas. It's been excellent, and we've got 6 lockups out of it.
Okay, keep the foot off the pedal, eh? When you get too excited.
Go on, you mate.
Detective Sergeant Chris McLeod and a team of officers from Mount Maunganui are out checking cars when their attention is drawn to a deal going down in a car park near the beach.
Put a deck in the car, have we? My goodness. No, you all stay there. Listen up. Detective Sergeant McLeod is my name. We're going to be searching this vehicle under the provisions of the Misuse of Drugs Act, Section 18(2) and 3. That's a search without warrant for drugs, okay? You listening up? Okay.
In spite of the police presence, people have been openly dealing cannabis down at the beach.
And that can be done in private, and you're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Yeah.
It's all on TV, man.
Right, you keep your hands up there, buddy. Listen to me, or you'll be arrested for obstruction. Hang on. Hey, girl. No, you step out of the vehicle. You step out of the vehicle now.
Everybody in the group seems to be stoned, and they're becoming increasingly difficult to deal with.
Can we get some backup here, mate? So what are you on? All right, everyone just sit where they are. All right?
Until backup arrives, Chris McLeod is trying to contain the situation by keeping 4 of the suspects in the car.
Hey, keep your hands out of your pockets, or you'll be arrested for obstruction. You understand that? At the moment, all 4 of you are going to be arrested if you carry on the way you are. Okay? You especially in the back. Okay? Have you been in trouble before, buddy? Have you? For a bit of DAC as well? Okay, I want you to pass me that plastic bag that's in your pocket. This gentleman here, they've all been advised that we're having a search under the Misuse of Drugs Act. Alrighty? This is one of our detectives. Just keep your hands in your pockets and you'll have a quick look through your pockets, huh?
The arrival of more officers means that they can start to deal with the situation, and it's not long before they find the stash of cannabis that Jake's been dealing.
Did you just sell to this other boy?
Nah, he's a mate of mine.
Was he?
Yeah, I just made these guys out.
Did you? Yes, it's a little more than that, eh? Keep you out
For Sylvia, one of the girls from the car, the presence of police has been a rude interruption to a pleasant evening.
Your eyes are...
I was amped, man. I was having a good
Yeah.
night
Oh,
until
that's
you
good.
police officers
All right.
ruined it. I'm glad that you guys
listen
had
up,
to
listen
do
up.
this. If my boyfriend
all right,
goes to jail, it's your fault.
Sylvia's confusion about who's to blame is shared by her friend, Little Q.
Yeah, don't get wound up, brother. Don't get wound up, eh? Alrighty?
Having a good time.
Yeah. Well, you can't have a good time on the street smoking dope. It's not good for you. What we're going to do is pop you in the car here.
And go and take my print, man.
Yeah. All right, mate. Just relax, eh? Now, whereabouts do you live?
None of your business.
Okay. No, that's fine. All right.
I don't even know you.
Move on as quickly as we can, I think. Yeah, we obviously disrupted a drug deal going down. Front passenger seat dealing to the gentleman standing outside the car, and he dealt dope to 2 other clients inside the car. So it was a good little snap, really. I was running a charge with one offence, and that's possession for supply of cannabis. Okay.
Jake pleaded guilty to a charge of possession for supply and received 2 months periodic detention. 2 others were fined for possession of cannabis.
That's through the other one. You want to get where to go.
What my story is, tomorrow, drug-free day, okay? This is the first day of the rest of your life, okay? So make it good. Thanks for your help. Stay out of trouble, eh? We're anywhere near the Mounts location, over?
Almost immediately they get back on the road, a small group of underage drinkers catches their attention.
Spilling it on the man's carpet. How old are you, buddy?
17.
17, you shouldn't be drinking this, eh?
Can you please move that out of my car? What if we tip it out?
Good skills.
I'll tip it out for you, mate.
Job's done, eh?
Job's done. Is this just a warning?
Do you want it to be a warning?
Yes, please.
As Chris
Why'd you have to
McLeod
not,
deals with the situation, a small crowd begins to gather.
All right, you've got a bit of a following here, haven't you?
Yeah, these are all my mates.
Jeez. And I suppose all the good-looking ones are following you?
Yeah, all these ladies are following me too.
Yeah.
Deserve a ticket.
Okay.
See,
I'm
see?
serious.
Are you standing up for him, are you?
I'm standing. If you don't arrest me, I'm standing up.
Yeah?
Yeah, see?
Okay.
I'm from Auckland.
Are you?
I know
Excellent.
I know the shiznit.
Do you want me to put this in the bin office?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, shh, language, eh?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All right, matey, you got
Gloria
that?
quickly realises that discretion is better than sticking your neck out.
You understand that?
But Chris McLeod decides to move on before things get out of hand.
See you guys, yep. See ya.
A little while later, Gloria from Auckland is in trouble again.
Girls, how are we?
They've been pulled up after a bottle-throwing incident at the beach.
What's been the problem here?
Well, we were sitting nice friendly down the mountain and chicks started throwing bottles all over the place. So said, can you please not throw bottles all over the place? So they started saying, you slap, you slag, skank, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just sat there and blah, 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 blah. And they drove off and started chucking bottles at us. So they threw about 10 bottles altogether. One just happened to smash one.
Oh, okay, and this is while you were driving. Well, if you just wait here, girls, and we'll get it sorted, eh?
There's no doubt that the 3 girls were in danger, but Sophie's story doesn't quite fit with what the other witnesses saw.
I just saw screaming girls and I didn't actually see who picked up the bottles and everything. It was quite violent.
How do you know it was quite violent?
That's the thing.
They had blood on their hands.
Oh, they had cuts.
Oh, they had
even
cuts.
up there.
Yeah, okay. All righty. Just relax there, eh, and we'll have a chat with you, mate. Hey, chill.
It's impossible to work out who started the fight and who's been directly involved. But one thing is certain, Gloria shouldn't have been driving. She's had too much to drink.
One at a time, eh? Shh, just relax. Oi.
Three of those cars.
Just relax.
If this was America.
Mate.
No, okay, they smashed out window and
Yeah, okay.
couldn't do anything.
Oi. Chill.
The other ones that hurt.
Alrighty. Righto, we'll get a policeman to drive your car to the station and we'll get it all sorted out, eh? That's your bottle of Jim Beam in the back, is it, matey?
It's not mine.
It's not yours? Okay.
Nobody would be charged over the bottle-throwing incident, but Gloria was disqualified from driving for 6 months for having excess breath alcohol.